Hello everyone, this is Crowbeat. Welcome back to my Final Fantasy X Let's Play. I believe this is episode 53. So if you're still watching this and have been watching since the beginning, you're awesome, and a trooper, and a champ. We are currently at home, the Al Bhed home, which is under attack from followers of Yevon, who all seem to be Guado. Yuna is here somewhere.
This
The Al
place
Bhed
done for.
have been kidnapping summoners.
You're right. You're right, Waka. We Al Bhed, we weren't always like this. Sin destroyed the island, where we all used to live. After that, we were scattered to every corner of Spira. But then, my dad brought the Al Bhed together again. If we put our minds to it and work together, then we could make a new home. Everyone worked hard. We had our home back again. But now, why did things have to turn out this way?
Riku! Damn those Guado! What are they thinking?
That's a big character moment for Waka, because up to this, he has never made any secret of the fact that he hates the Al Bhed. And when he found out fairly recently that Riku was Al Bhed, he got upset and has been pouty, basically, ever since. I forgot that the little Moogle cast the spell with her. That's so cool. Demi won't actually kill anything, by the way. It I believe halves hit points. But it's good at the beginning of a battle like that. But yeah, Waka, that's watching her home be destroyed is the thing that helped him realize I should do Tidus, actually, because he might get to go twice. Looks like she would too. Watching her home be destroyed like this and just being like, wow, this is going really bad for y'all, was that empathy moment that he needed to really to get over his prejudices and be able to see her as just a person. And it's really interesting that was necessary, because this whole time they've been traveling together, you know, she was just a person to him. Then he found out she was Al Bhed and was, why? Then he found out that she was Al Bhed. I kept him there. Does he get 2 turns? He gets 2 turns. We're gonna use one of those turns to res Milady here. Oh, Phoenix down. I was saying something about Waka. He thought she was alright, then he found out she was an Al Bhed. Then he went back to, now that he's had this destruction of her home moment, which will allow them to continue forward as comrades without more conflict. And given how Sin is so... oh, how do I put it? Sin is pretty equal opportunity kick everyone's butt. And that means that he's seen plenty of the destruction of Sin. His parents were killed by Sin. And although this is being caused by not humans, it's the Guado that are attacking, by people, rather than by more, rather than by Sin, it's still, he knows what having everything you love be destroyed feels like. And he's not a complete monster, which means that that's how he's able to reconnect with the idea of Riku as just being another person and get past the prejudices that he has. Look at the textures on those walls too. This place is so messed up. And you have to realize that before this attack started, it probably was not nearly that messed up. It doesn't even look as messed up here in the... oh, nope, there are rips in the walls around here. I need to heal people. Orin has so much health. I love it. He's the best.
There's really nothing up here, so down we go.
Riku,
What is the Summoner's Sanctum?
The Summoner's Sanctum is where we keep the Summoners. We keep them safe there.
You kidnapped them.
I know it's against the teachings and all that.
I get why you did it, but...
Well, I sure don't get it, Waka. They might get hurt on their pilgrimage? So you kidnap them? I mean, if the Summoners don't do their job, then who will beat Sin? You want to protect them, I know. But Guardians are there for that. If Guardians do their job well, Summoners will be safe. Right? Right?
It's quiet. Kimari goes now.
This is really good use of music, by the way. You can still hear that alarm going off in the background. They're still in the middle of this thing, and as they go in slow motion, and I think this is the only place, except maybe some of those dream sequences where slow motion is used. Since they're doing the slow motion running, you still have this moment where there's clearly... There's still that urgency. But at the same time, you have this music going again, now that Titus has realized the truth that he has been ignorant of for so long, which is that summoners don't survive defeating Sin. That's just not how it works. The Guardians protect them on their way to Sin, on their pilgrimage from temple to temple. But in the end, when they face Sin, no summoner survives. And the use of the Tazanarkan music here contrasts with the urgency of their current situation. And it's a good moment.
Yuna!
She's not here. Hello again. Wait there until we have performed the sending.
They died, protecting us. It's not much, but the least we can do is give them a proper sending.
Hey, what's sacrificed? The Al-Bed said summoners were being sacrificed. That summoners shouldn't have to do a pilgrimage.
Why couldn't they trust Guardians to protect the Summoners? The Al-Bed had no right stopping their pilgrimage.
The pilgrimages have to stop. If they don't, and they get to Zanarkand, they might defeat Sin. Uni could... But then she... Uni will die, you know? You
The
know,
higher
don't
textures really make the
Summoner's
facial
journey to get the
expressions stand
final
out here.
Aeon. Yuna told you, didn't she? With the final Aeon, she can beat Sin. But then... If she calls it, then the final Aeon's gonna kill her. Even if she defeats Sin, it will kill Uni too, you know?
Was I the only one who didn't know? Tell me why! Why were you hiding it? Why didn't I know?
We weren't hiding it.
It was just too hard to say.
Look,
could you? How could you? Isn't she like a sister to you? I thought you were family. Why don't you do something, Waka?
Don't you think we tried to stop her?
He totally stepped on the camera there.
She follows her heart.
Yuna, she knew what she was doing when she chose to become a summoner. To face sin, yeah? Yuna knew.
But Waka, that's just totally wrong. Summoners shouldn't have to sacrifice themselves. Just so the rest of Spirit can be happy, right?
Right, because the summoners are performing ascending. Oh wait.
But that is our choice.
We all live in fear of sin, you know that.
A world without sin. That is the dream of all Yevon's children. And we will use that power even if it means our lives.
This is a great character moment for Donna. Because this is the place in the game where you get to finally see her not just being a bitch.
And I've been telling Yuna, let's go to Xanarkand together. Let's beat Sin. I told her all the things. We could. And all along, the whole time, I didn't know anything. But Yuna, she'd just smile.
Like she always does. It's really hard for me not to laugh there, and that, like, runs past everybody and just starts punching the Aeon. And that's really silly. But this is also the Aeon, the first Aeon she got, the first one he saw. And it does make sense as a target for his frustration in the moment.
Hey, watch.
Hey, you got pretty good.
You sound sad.
Yeah, maybe.
Want to scream?
I really don't think that's gonna help this
The reason
time.
they're showing this scene over again is because this is the scene where she
You know
tells
what?
him about smiling for everyone else's sake.
But summoners and their guardians are kind of like Spira's ray of light. A lot of people in Spira depend on us.
So this is where he
I learned to practice smiling when
Sort
I'm
of
feeling sad, you know.
comes to grips with the fact that she has been hiding so much.
I know it's hard.
Yeah. I understand. I think.
Right. Now let's see what you can do.
And this is sort of a window into her life for him. The combination of that there, of her saying that she smiles even when she's not feeling that great for everyone's sake, and then combined with the thing where she found out about Lord Jiskel being murdered by Seymour and kept it to herself. This also sort of explains why everyone but Tidus was just like... It wasn't that they didn't care that Yuna was clearly hiding something.
I want my
but
journey to be full of laughter.
she spends a lot of time hiding things from people anyway, and so it was just a thing that she did that they accepted about her. But that last thing, that she wants her journey to be full of laughter, she has been enjoying all of his suggestions of things they might do after
I can't let her
defeating
die.
Sin. Even
I'll find
knowing
her.
that none of them were going to be possible. So yeah, that is huge, and it's... I don't want to call this a twist. It kind of is, and when playing the game for the first time, that reveal was huge. As a player, I hadn't seen that coming. Now, in hindsight, it's so obvious. When Yuna does that sending in Kilika after the attack by Sin, Lulu is listening to him. He says something, I don't even remember what, and everyone gasps and turns to look at him, and he'd been talking to Lulu, and she doesn't really answer his question. And at the time I was talking about how the way people treat people who have been touched by Sin's toxin, and how everyone assumed he was just crazy, or had lost his memory or something. But in scenes like that, if you already know that summoners are doomed to die at the end of their pilgrimage, then those scenes take on a whole different light. It's not just people being like, man, this guy really is crazy. You know, in that case, that was Lulu, like one of them in the previous scene, Waka, I think it was, a couple of them, they were saying that they weren't hiding the information from him to hide it. They just didn't really want to put it into words because it's painful to think about. So this whole time he's been ignorant and just trucking along like, alright, everything's gonna be cool. We're on a quest to save the world. They're on a quest to save the world. And there are so many stories in which there's a quest to save the world, and the party does their save the world thing, and at the end everyone comes out of it all fine. But that's not how saving the world works in this one. You go and you save the world, you defeat Sin, you die, and then 10 years later Sin comes back. It's a really different dynamic, just a whole different way of having the whole save the world story. And when you add to that the fact that Titus was so immature at the beginning, and then you have stuff like this combined with everything else he's been through, lots of good character development for Titus. So I forgot to start a timer at the beginning of this episode. I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. If you're watching this on YouTube, have a good one. If you're watching on Twitch, stand by for more.